The Republic of Korea is located in the southern part of the Korean peninsula. This small country is blessed abundantly with natural beauty that is distinct in its own way when compared to the majority of the countries in the world. Truly, South Korea's scenic beauty is a feast for the eyes. Even today, South Korea has been successfully preserving the beauty of its nature. For instance, the unadulterated rivers are free from pollution. Dense forests, blue mountains, crystal and clear lakes can still be seen in their pristine form in South Korea. South Korea is also known as the Morning Calm because of its spellbinding natural beauty of picturesque high mountains and clear water, and its splendid tranquility. South Koreans adore their environment and love their flora and fauna. Another heartening fact about South Korea is that more than 20% of its population has its own pets, and also care for wild animals and birds that can't be domesticated. Besides, even the South Korean government has made laudable efforts to prevent the abuse of animals. Thanks to this, the population of pets has been growing every year in South Korea. However, as the saying goes, there is a thin line between love and hate. The bitter truth is truthfulness. Innocence and honesty live side by side with dishonesty, immorality, and cruelty. This applies to South Korea too. Let's know what it could be in a short while. Seoul, the capital of South Korea, is an attractive city. It's a fine example for a city wherein the confluence of advanced technology and rich history has taken place. Seoul has developed to such a great extent that every year millions of tourists from different parts of the world visit the city. Seoul has been South Korea's capital for 600 years. In 1944, the Joseon dynasty built a fort around Seoul. There were 8 main entrances to the fort, with one main entrance each to the north, south, east and western parts of the city. Today, the eastern entrance is known as Dongdaemun. Unfortunately, the fort has long since been destroyed in many wars, and there remains nothing of it other than the main entrance of it located at Dongdaemun. The famous ancient market next to this main entrance attracts a large number of people even today. This market is very old and one of the most popular places in South Korea. Today, it is considered South Korea's largest wholesale and retail shopping district. A wide range of products is available in this market, and it is always chock-a-block with people, so much so that at times one might find it difficult even to find a place to stand. But one can witness a very curious fact in Dongdaemun. In one of many narrow lanes, one can see the vendors selling birds of a variety of species, collected from various parts of the world. It's heartening to see how many people of all ages are drawn to the beauty of these exotic birds, and many of them buy and take them home. But when we tried to capture the various animals and birds available in the market on our cameras, we had to face stringent opposition from the shopkeepers. Getting curious and unable to understand their behavior, we tried to take a closer look at the activities and the treatment of birds and animals at the market. This revealed a ghastly and disheartening fact. But before that, it is important to understand how these colourful little creatures bring colour to our lives. Generally, birds live in colonies. Whether big or small, short or tall, birds are some of the most wonderful creations of nature. They bring life to their surroundings with their melodious songs, interesting chirps, exhilarating flight, and colourful plumes. It's sheer bliss to watch them in their natural habitat. Some birds are acquainted to humans and live harmoniously with us. They come into our homes, perch on the trees in the garden, nest on our roofs, and eat the grains, crumbs of food that we give them. But many birds live in forests, large farms, estates and groves. Such birds are generally shy and prefer to keep themselves away from human beings. They never harm us in any manner. In fact, they do us a great favour by eating the insects and worms that can be harmful to our food crops. As everyone knows, birds can fly great distances and soar to great heights. Some birds even migrate across countries and continents, flying over long valleys, vast oceans, and high mountains. They're not bound by rules or regulations. Nobody can stop them, and they fly on their own. They can go to any place they want to, rest wherever they choose to, and remain at a place as long as they care to. Therefore, they've been considered as the symbol of freedom and the free spirit. Once upon a time, birds were being used as communicators who connected lovers and passed on messages between commanders of armies, and thus, in a way, leaving their mark in the history of the world. But man has been using birds for food, entertainment, or simply to show off. He has taken away the free spirit of the birds by caging them in his abode, all to boost his ego. For instance, look what this man is doing here. Just to gain some attention, he has decorated himself with the colourful plumes of many birds. One can only guess how many birds have been sacrificed to quench his thirst for identity. But he has succeeded in his quest of attracting the crowd, and many people here have been enjoying his unusual get-up. Nobody seems to be thinking about the number of birds that might have been killed to decorate his costume. Nobody appears to bother to think whether it is fair or not. This is not a new story, but man has been abusing animals and birds right from the dawn of history. Man always wanted to fly like birds. Free flight has always been his dream, but unfortunately, nature has deprived him of doing so. It hasn't given him any wings to float in the air like birds do. Maybe to overcome this disability, man tries to have birds in his vicinity and enjoys seeing them flying around. But he soon realizes that when given freedom, many birds fly away to their natural habitat, never to return. To prevent this, he cages birds which nature has designed to fly freely. But along with that, there is also another heinous act that man resorts to prevent birds from flying, which is popularly known as wing clipping or wing trimming. It is not difficult to figure what wing trimming involves. One can find hundreds of articles on the subject available on the internet. Let's watch some clips on YouTube regarding the same, and then decide for yourself whether this is fact or fiction.
Is just spread the wing out, and be sure to spread the wing all the way out so that you don't have an artificial line. And we're going to clip right below the covered feathers. That's the guideline we're going to use. And we're going to go on all the primary feathers on the wing at the level of the coverts.
Just going to adjust.
The cruelty with which birds are trimmed of their feathers can even make stones weep.
And again, we want to check on this side, and we see no blood feathers and everything looks good. So we're going to cut this side.
Another point to be noted in the video clip is that it's been stated that the wings of chicks can be trimmed. But the disadvantages of that have not been mentioned. If the wings of chicks are trimmed, they will not only lose the important phase of their wing developmental stage, but also fail to perfect the skill of flying. Due to this, a chick fails to master the art of flying throughout its life and might become an easy target for predators.
I trim just one side.
Another important point to be noted here: it's been shown that trimming off the feathers of one wing will not cause any harm to the bird, but the common difficulties that a bird might have to go through due to the trimming of one wing hasn't been stated. The bird might bang against obstacles in its way and become injured. Fortunately, South Korea's government has taken intense measures to prevent the abuse of birds and animals. There are also many organizations and bodies in the country working towards the protection of animals and birds. A few well-known organizations are KABP, Korean Association for Bird Protection, Nakdong Estuary Eco Center, and Chungnam Wild Animal Rescue Center. The primary task of these organizations is to treat the injured birds and animals and return them to their natural habitat. Their effort is truly appreciated. Despite the existence of these organizations and their laborious work of rescuing birds and animals, however, wing trimming of birds still continues in areas such as Dongdaemun. To date, no organization, government or bird rescue center has been able to prevent this act. Come, let's collect the opinion of these organizations about the wing trimming of birds. KABP is South Korea's government body established with the aim of treating and providing protection to any injured bird. It has its branches in other South Korean cities such as Paju, Chulwon and Sinyeongson. The irony is that on one hand, the freedom of birds is being taken away, whereas on the other, organizations are fighting for their well-being. Isn't that interesting? Let's visit the KABP's division at Paju and know its modus operandi. Paju is a scenic city located in the border province of Gyeonggi. Mr. Kap-soo Han is the president of KABP at Paju. Mr. Han, a simple man, has spent most of his life protecting birds. Simplicity is his symbol. Every day, Mr. Han gets involved in a variety of jobs related to birds, from cleaning their nests to providing them food and treating the injured ones. Every bird at KABP's Paju Center has a sad story to tell. Let's hear such a story from Mr. Han himself.
지금 저 독수리는 왼쪽 다리가 지금 절단되어 있지 않습니까? 저것은 왜 저런 현상이 났냐면은 몽골에서 마못이라는 토끼 같은 종류의 그 동물을 잡기 위해서 덫을 설치하는 데인데 독수리가 거기에 걸려가지고 다리가 잘라졌습니다. 그래가지고 우리 한국에 작년에 왔다가 우리 한국에서 배가 고파서 쓰러진 것을 제가 구조해갖고 지금 이 장소에서 보호하고 있습니다. 멀쩡히 날아다니는 새들을 갖다가 날개를 잘라가지고서 새들이 날지 못하게 한다면은 그것은 있을 수가 없는 거고, 새들이라는 것은 하늘을 날리기 위해서 있는 날개가 있지 않습니까? 근데 이 날개를 잘라가지고서 걸어다니게 한다면 닭이나 똑같은 종류 아닙니까? 그러니까 그런 것은 절대 저희들은 반대를 하고 싶습니다. 그래서 어느 누구든지 간에 그 새들을 갖다가 날개를 자른다는 것은 잘못된 일이라고 생각하죠. 사람으로 얘기하면은 이 팔 잘라가지고서 뭘 하겠습니까? 그러니까 그런 일은 해서는 아니 된다고 생각합니다.
As has already been stated, there are a number of entities in South Korea which are dedicated to the protection of birds and animals, just as KABP. Such an organization is Chungnam Wild Animal Rescue Center. Chungnam Wild Animal Rescue Center is located in Yesan City. It functions in a different way than that of KABP. Chungnam Wild Animal Rescue Centre is not only dedicated to the protection of birds, but is also involved in the rescue of wild animals. It's been successfully spreading awareness among the South Korean citizens on the importance of having wildlife and its protection. Unlike KABP, which cares only for birds, Chungnam Wild Animal Rescue Centre treats and releases both wild birds and animals to their natural habitat. Even students voluntarily take part in assisting Chungnam Wild Animal Rescue Centre in their efforts. Let's find out more about Chungnam Wild Animal Rescue Centre from these men.
We receive lots of the bird species with the one wing or the broken wing. After that, the adaptation, they usually have lots of trouble during the normal life. Actually, the avian species, usually they have a nature to fly. If you cut the wing or the feathers, it is like to cut the leg of the human. If you want to keep the human, and if you think about that, if you cut your leg, it is really cruelty and it is not fair. If you want to keep the animal, then you should have the proper environment, and then you do not need to cut off the wing.
지금 이수리벙이는 최근에 교통사고를 당해서 지금 왼쪽 날개에 파열이 발생을 했고요. 그리고 좀 잘 보이지 않겠지만은 머리 뒤쪽으로 피부 관절 열상이 발생했던 그런 개체입니다. 그리고 왼쪽 날개를 자세히 보시면은 현재 날개 기 상태가 상당히 좋지가 않죠. 왼쪽 날개 프라이머리 쪽이 지금 거의 탈락이 되거나 빠지고 있고 깃이 부러진 상태인데요. 이런 경우에는 당연히 한쪽 날개에 프라이머리가 없는 경우에는 비행을 할 수 없겠죠. 그래서 지금 최근에 반려 애완동물로 애완조류로 윙 클리핑을 많이 하고 있는 상태인데, 만약 그런 동물들에 대해서 얘처럼 얘는 이제 어쩔 수 없이 사고를 당해서 이제 윙 클리핑 비슷하게 돼서 프라이머리가 없는 상태지만은, 그런 사람들이 인위적으로 윙 클리핑을 시도하면서 그 새들을 못 날게 하는, 그렇게 하는 방법을 쓰고 있는 건 현재 있다고 알고 있습니다. 근데 그 새들에 있어서는 새가 가장 기본적인 본능이 나는 건데, 그 나는 것을 제한함으로써 발생하는 사람의 그 편안함을 위해서 한다는 게 저 상식적으로는 좀 사실 상당히 납득하기 좀 어렵다는 어려울 거로 좀 보고 있고요.
Along with KABP and Chungnam Wild Animal Rescue Centre, there is another organisation set up by the South Korean government in the southeastern coastal city of Busan. The name of the organisation is Nakdong Estuary Eco Centre. Worthy of note about Busan is that at certain times of the year, migratory birds from different parts of the world visit this place. Watching the flocks of these migratory birds is a joy in itself. Nakdong Estuary Eco Centre is mainly involved in taking care of these migratory birds. For instance, many migratory birds that visit Busan feed on a type of seaweed. The Nakdong Estuary Eco Centre sows the seeds of that seaweed so that they start sprouting during the time of the bird's arrival. And if they find any injured migratory bird, they take it to their centre and treat it. Here's a curious little fact. Of late, the population of birds in big cities is rapidly declining. The reason being that in big cities, the human population is constantly on the rise. And to accommodate people, tall skyscrapers are being built. These skyscrapers are being decorated with glass panels. These panels reflect the image of the sky. Birds consider this reflection for the real sky and fly straight into the glass windows, injuring or at times killing themselves in the process. To avoid such accidents, the Nakdong Estuary Eco Centre has decorated its centre with specially designed glass windows, thus preventing birds from banging against the glass.
에코센터에서는 보통 새들의 보호를 위해서 여러 가지 활동들을 하고 있습니다. 먼저 새들이 먹이가 되는 생물들을 조금 식재를 해서 번식할 수 있도록 하고 있고요. 예를 들면 새선매작이라든지 또는 보리, 그러니까 기러기, 구즈 같은 것들이 먹을 수 있는 벼도 심어서 자연적인 먹이를 제공하기도 하고요. 또한 인위적으로 벽시라든지 또는 시금치, 여러 가지 밀과 같은 작물들을 주면서 새들이 부족한 먹이를 공급할 수 있도록 그렇게 노력하고 있습니다. 또한 센터에서는 버드 세이브라는 장치를 이용해서 유리창에 새들이 부딪혀서 죽는 걸 방지하기 위해서 많은 노력을 하고 있습니다. 센터뿐만 아니라 부산시 내에 있는 유리창으로 되어 있는 건물에 그런 장치를 하도록 하는 그런 조례도 저희들이 만들어서 공표하기도 하고요. 또는 일반 시민분들한테 또는 관공서에 계시는 분들한테 그런 디자인을 제공함으로 인해서 그런 장치들을 효율성 있게 사용할 수 있도록 하기도 하고요. 그런 저식적 보존이나 새들이 부딪히는 것뿐만 아니라 아까 말씀드렸던 센터 새들을 치료하는 그런 행동들까지 센터에서 하고 있습니다.
Despite the efforts of the aforementioned organizations in educating people about birds, the process of wing trimming continues to be practiced by many pet shop owners. In places such as Dongdaemun, every day shop owners continue to trim the wings of birds without any mercy and sell them to their customers. The fault also lies with customers who knowingly or unknowingly encourage this business by buying these birds with trimmed wings. Surprisingly, some people think there is nothing wrong in trimming the wings of birds, while others argue that it is indeed a cruel practice.
새의 날개가 사람에 있어서는 팔과 유사할 수 있습니다. 그래서 새가 날개를 잘렸을 때 어떻게 불편한지 얼마나 힘이 든지 알기 위해서 제가 팔을 한번 묶어봤습니다. 이 상태에서 제가 무엇을 할 수 있는지, 물론 하늘을 날지 못하는 건 당연하겠지만 그것보다 훨씬 더 작은 불편함인데도 불구하고 제가 한번 물을 따라 마셔보겠습니다. 지금 제가 한번 팔을 묶어보니까 어떻게 다르냐 하면 팔이 묶이지 않았을 때 하고 일단 거리에 대한 너무 익숙해진 거리에 대한 감각이 다 떨어져서 생각보다는 훨씬 더 많이 몸을 수그려야 되고 이 컵을 간신히 들어서 마시려고 할 때 어디까지 기울여야지 커피가 제가 이렇게 물이나 이런 것들을 마실 수 있는지 너무 생소해지는 이 환경 때문에 잘못하면은 단순한 이렇게 물 한 잔 마시는 것도 힘든데 이 모든 행동, 예를 들어서 책을 본다거나 이렇게 할 때 제 몸의 각도들이 다 달라지는 것을 제가 사실 느꼈습니다. 이렇게 날개라는 것은 보이는 커다란 자유를 제한함과 동시에 실제 생명체에게는, 특히 동물에게는 그 어떤 일상적인 생명을 유지하기 위한 먹이를 먹는다든가 위험에 있을 때 도망을 간다든가 이랬을 때 시기적절한 어떤 대피라든가 먹는 행동을 쉽게 할 수 없는 그러한 불편함을 주기 때문에 저한테 만약에 이렇게 하고 앞으로 평생 손을 쓸 만한 정도 됐을 때 또다시 이렇게 묶이고 한다면 아마도 저는 정신적으로 굉장히 힘들어서 스트레스를 많이 받고 아마 별로 이 세상을 행복하게 살고 싶은 그런 생각이 별로 안 들 것 같습니다.
As everyone knows already, the global human population is exploding. Due to this, dense forests in different parts of the world have been destroyed, and concrete jungles have rapidly replaced them. As a result, birds are increasingly finding it difficult to get food and water. Also, the trees which had been their abode are being cut down. Increasing global warming and use of pesticides and insecticides have contributed to the rapid decline of many species of birds. Adding to their woes, man is troubling them by trimming their wings.